Mastering negative forms of modal verbs in passive voice. Hello, English learners. Today, we're diving into a very interesting topic: negative forms of modal verbs in the passive voice. If you're confused about how to use not with modal verbs in passive voice, stick around. This video is for you. To understand negative forms, we first need to know what modal verbs in passive voice are. Modal verbs, like can, could, should, would, must, may, might, and will, express things like ability, permission, possibility, and necessity. When used in the passive voice, these verbs indicate that the subject of the sentence is the recipient of an action. Let's consider a simple example. The task can be completed by tomorrow. In this sentence, can is a modal verb, be completed is the passive voice verb phrase, and the task is the subject that's receiving the action. Adding not to modal verbs in passive voice to create a negative form is pretty straightforward. The rule is modal verb plus not plus be plus past participle. For example, if we were to make our previous example negative, it would be: the task cannot be completed by tomorrow. Here, cannot is the modal verb with not, and be completed is the passive voice verb phrase. Now let's look at a few more examples. The letter should be sent today. Affirmative. The letter should not be sent today. Negative. The books could be returned tomorrow. Affirmative. The books could not be returned tomorrow. Negative. The meeting must be attended by all members. Affirmative. The meeting must not be attended by all members. Negative. Notice how not is placed after the modal verb and before be to form the negative statement. Finally, let's see how to form questions using the negative form of modal verbs in passive voice. The structure is modal verb plus subject plus not plus be plus past participle plus. Here are some examples. Should the letter not be sent today? Could the books not be returned tomorrow? Must the meeting not be attended by all members? These are formal ways of asking questions. However, in informal speech, we generally use contractions: shouldn't, couldn't, mustn't, and the not comes before the subject. Shouldn't the letter be sent today? Couldn't the books be returned tomorrow? Mustn't the meeting be attended by all members? And that's a wrap for our lesson on negative forms of modal verbs in passive voice. As always, practice is key, so try making your own sentences using this pattern. We hope this video was helpful and cleared up any confusion. Keep learning, keep practicing, and we'll see you in our next video.